You're on the phone line. You're live, ringside CView.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up?
First of all, don't ever put me on hold again there, big
This guy sounds awfully familiar.
The DJ from hell.
The DJ from hell, another personal friend of mine.
Hey, I want to welcome you back. I didn't know you were back.
Well, thank you very much, DJ from hell. I'm back from a successful tour of Arizona, Las Vegas. I'm going to Chicago, North Dakota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Florida, Chicago, Iowa. Anywhere I want, DJ from hell.
I was down the cafe Friday night.
Well, you know what it is? Too much surge just got me a little pumped up. So when's EWH coming back on the air? I know it's another local show.
Yeah, pretty soon.
All right. Things are good. You got a wrestling question? You're on ringside seat view. Come on with something, DJ from hell.
Did you watch ECW Sunday?
Yes, and a guy that I manage in the business, Tony DeVito, did a dark match and was the security guard that got put through the table. Look for DeVito to make a big impact in ECW after we kicked everybody's butt in the NWA New England. He's on to ECW, and you never know, Big Daddy, keep an eye on the pay-per-views. I'm letting the cat out of the bag early, but you heard it here.
Don't let the cat out yet.
Well, say something, DJ from hell.
All I wanted to do, I want to invite you down. You know where I am on the weekends.
All right, brother.
You know?
Thanks for the call.
All right.
I'm sure my boys appreciate it.
And welcome back again.
Thank you very much, DJ from hell.
Nice for
That's
calling.
a guy. He certainly is a DJ from hell. Now, let me get out. If you guys want to check out, look at this. I feel like the giant Paul White when I'm pulling down the Nitron and whatever Tron and whatever Tron. Ah! Now, if anybody wants to email the Guardian of Chaos Big Daddy, you can do it at sharkn44@aol.com. That's sharkn for nasty 44@aol.com. So I'm just throwing a few things out there. AWAstars.com, NWANE.com, NEWrestling.com. Soon, and you guys will want to notice, at Zoom.com will be the Guardian of Chaos on the World Wide Web. What do you think of that?
It's definitely going to have to be wide.
Stay away from the surge, kid. Don't be drinking. You're old enough to drink this?
I don't like to drink that stuff.
What's wrong with you?
Surge stinks. All right, let's get off of that topic.
Who are you feuding with, Big Daddy? I've been wondering.
You know what? He's got all the questions. This kid is on the ball. You know what? Feuds. Obviously, you guys already know that my personal nemesis is that 450-pound Atlantic City, New Jersey behemoth, King Kong Bundy. And I see him all over the independents in the professional circuit, and I will run into him again. He stepped on me, 450 pounds. I don't like it. I take personal offense to it, and I will see you again somewhere, Bundy. Along with some of these other, I don't want to say jabronis. I used to feud with John Diamond when I was Tony DeVito and myself, but since we have mended ways, John Diamond's one heck of an athlete. And also, the Condor, I don't like him. He's got too many muscles. He should be wearing a jock somewhere in New York City. He doesn't belong in the ring. He looks like a Chippendale dancer. He's the former NAWA heavyweight champion, and personally, I don't like the muscles. Okay? I don't like them. It don't impress me. And amongst other guys on the independents, Roughhouse Ralph Mosca, that bum. We kicked your butt once before. Butt doesn't sound natural. I wish I could say the other words, but I'm not going to do it. It's a kid's show. It's PG-13. Although everybody says it everywhere else, why can't I say it? FCC. And also, that punk out of Township, New Jersey, Joe Rules, the overweight lover. The only thing he ever intimidated or scared was the microphone. But thanks for asking. And there's many other guys, many other people, and I can see the phones are lighting up whenever Big Daddy's in TCI country.
All right, we're going to go to the phones. You're live, ringside seat view.
Hello?
What's up?
I was wondering whatever happened to the light heavyweight European belt, WCF.
The European belt they
Good question.
got rid of.
No.
Oh, they
had
retired
one
it.
more match
Yeah,
at
they
the
retired it.
UK pay-per-view, and then they retired it over in England.
The
Now,
lightweight.
was that like Y2K, or was that UK?
UK.
It doesn't matter, because in the year 2000, we're all ending anyway, right?
Exactly.
Is that what they say? UK, Y2K? I don't care.
The lightweight belt disappeared with Dwayne Gill.
And speaking of Dwayne Gill, caller, Big Daddy will be doing many AWA shows and some NAWA shows with the man they call the light heavyweight champion of the world, Gilbert. And I know he's going to be doing a lot of independents and some of the other professional organizations That's where the belt is. And you know what? I think Gil's going to keep it for a while. I really do.
He's had it for a long time already. Any
The
other
man they call Gilbert.
Yeah. Do you think they'll ever make Undertaker good again?
Eventually, not now though. They're doing too good with his gimmick.
Now, when you say good, The Undertaker, whether he's a heel or a face, they like to say in the business, he's always going to have his fans. The Undertaker is the cornerstone of the World Wrestling Federation.
And I also think Jericho, Chris Jericho's coming to the WWF.
Next month.
Next month.
Yeah.
Are you a Jerichoholic?
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for calling.
Decent caller.
Informative. Wanted to know things. That's what you guys are here for. To deliver a message to the people. Do you agree?
Yes, I do.
What's the matter over there? Seem to be trembling.
Now, do you
slightly.
have any questions for me? Is there anything you want to know about the Guardian of Chaos?
I'm thinking.
You're thinking.
I got one. You think too long. Who influenced you to get into the sport, Big Daddy?
Now, this kid, he's going to be thrown in for a CAP award as Interviewer of the Year
Oh,
because
wait,
you're sitting
smack
here.
it down.
Not for nothing, you look like Hungry Man Jr. You got a little cheeseburger over there somewhere, kid? Give it to Big Daddy. Influences, I'm glad you asked that. I've been around for a long time. 15 hard knock years in this business. I was on a little hiatus for a little while, but I'm back and I'm stronger than ever. Captain Lou Albano was one of my influences. The Valiant Brothers, the Magnificent Morocco, Legion of Doom, in the 80s when they were the real Legion of Doom.
Not this LOD 2000.
Bruno Sammartino, because when I was a kid, Michael P.S. Hayes of the Freebirds back then, who I traveled with, Michael Hayes, the Great Muta, Gary Hart, the Samoans, also other guys who influenced me, Dusty Rhodes, and I'll give you the elbow if I want to, kid. But Dusty Rhodes, those are some of the guys who have influenced the Guardian of Chaos.
I think you killed him. I'm ready to go to the phone lines. You're live from Ringside Seat View.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, is it true that Mankind once lost an ear in a match?
Yes, it was against Vader.
And did this happen in the WWF?
Yeah.
No, it happened in WCW when they were touring Germany.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
Mr. Knowledge.
Well, Hungry Jr., it's good to see that you got some insight.
And how did he lose it? Can you hear me?
I believe he was in a corner and he got received a knee to the ear or to the side of the head, and I believe that's where it was damaged. But they picked up the ear, they asked it if it was okay, and I guess everything was fine after that. Mankind, Cactus Jack, Dude Love, whatever you want to call him, he's one tough SOB. I think the toughest man in the business.
You're saying it just fell off? Does he need him in the head?
No, it was repeated blows. You got to remember, because of side headlocks and things like this, and when you work it like that, these guys get the cauliflower ears.
What is a cauliflower?
A cauliflower ear is from repeated banging and headlocks and maneuvers and holds, and it builds up calcium deposits, and it gets weaker. Killer Kowalski also took a man's ear off, Yukon Eric, I believe it was, back in the 60s. This is nothing new. Ears come off all the time. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Hey, I got another question. You remember a long time ago, Bruno Sammartino, he supposedly broke his neck in a match? Was that ever true?
That was very true, and I believe that was at Shea Stadium back in the 70s against Stan the Lariat Hansen, where he gave him the lariat and broke Sammartino's neck. That was true. As a matter of fact, this show this Thursday for the NAWA, Bruno Sammartino will be with the Guardian of Chaos, and I believe he'll be a special referee at the Westchester County Civic Center.
And didn't he hold the belt for like a record number of years? How many? Do you know offhand how many years he had the belt?
8 years.
I believe it was something like that. I believe Hungry Jr. is right on the mark. And the key word there is mark.
That's a record then, right? 8 years?
I believe he was one of the longest title holders, and I believe he does have the record
Yes, he does.
for the longest title reign. I'll tell you one thing. We need a fan. We need some more surge. We need a breeze.
Well, hey, how did Rick Rude die? Do you know?
Well, that's a good question. And speaking of Rick Rude, there's been a lot of deaths in the business lately. You guys know this. Rick Rude, the Giant Baba, Joe LeDuc, the Renegade, Bad Attitude, Bobby Moran, all the Von Erichs, Eddie Gilbert, Louis McCauley. There's been a lot of deaths in this business, and it's currently under investigation. But I believe Rude died from heart disease. I don't want to say where he got it. You figure it out for yourself. You're educated people here at TCI. You know what time it is.
Hey, is it true that Dino Bravo died too?
Dino Bravo was killed up in Canada. He was murdered gangland style in his home at 44 years old. I don't know what he was involved in, what he was up to, but his real name was Rodolfo Pizzeria Minevrina, something like that. So obviously he had connections with if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. One more question. Whatever happened to Ken Patera?
Good question. Ken Patera, if you remember, who was incarcerated at one time for throwing somebody through a McDonald's window. Okay, and you know Big Daddy, when he's not doing it professional wrestling, in 14 years corrections officer, so I know. Patera was in a joint for a while in Wisconsin. He made a brief comeback with the WWF for a little while. Correct me if I'm wrong. And now I believe he's probably doing the independents out in the Midwest. But I know he's alive and kicking. He had his little stint with the WWF after his incarceration. And that's probably all the news that I got as far as Patera goes.
Who's stronger, Ken Patera or Mark Henry?
Well, I would have to probably go with Sexual Chocolate.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for talking to me.
Good caller.
All right, that's calling.
Good
He
call.
wanted to know things. He wanted to see what was going on. He wanted to know what was up. And speaking of what was up, and Viagra's got nothing on me.
Whoa!
Hey, Hungry Junior, relax. You're going to get it on the 8x10. Hey, cameraman, if you can get a little close-up on that 8x10. The Guardian of Chaos, Big Daddy.
Our cameraman don't know what's going on back there.
And you also know that the Guardian of Chaos was a bounty hunter for a long time with Dr. D. David Schultz, who at Midwest Massacre beat the living daylights out of Hulk Hogan when Hogan was the man.
Wow.
And you know, Big Daddy's been around with the bodybuilders and he's been around with he's been trained by guys like Kenny Fontana from the Muscle Factory, Mike Katz, Kenny Passarillo, Tony Altamori, the legendary Sicilian, Mario Mancini, that jobber, Mike Lawler, another jobber, but all these guys know their craft. So Big Daddy's been around, he's been trained, and he knows what's going on.
You've been caught.
Nothing.
Let me tell you something, kid. I believe we have another phone call.
Yes, we do.